Controllers, controllers, controllers. And I understand that not everybody is a controller collector. You just want one or maybe two controllers, and that's fine. Xbox has plenty of controllers to choose from. However, if you wanted to customize your own controller, officially customize your own controller, can you do that? Yeah, you can. Let's take a look at it. Hey folks, Tony Hannity's here, the Xbox Master Trainer for the United States on ExpertZone. And yes, Design Labs is back open. Actually, it's been open for a little over a year now. And I just wanted to highlight what you can do with Design Labs, because I feel like some critics have said, oh, you just change a few colors here and there and that's it. That's all you got. That's it. It's really not. There's a lot more to it. And so we're gonna do a step-by-step. We're gonna create a controller, and then at the end of the video, we're gonna unbox that controller. I'm just gonna take a few days because I have to wait for it to get shipped here. That's how that works. Nevertheless, in a few days, we're gonna unbox that here so we can take a look at what an official Design Labs controller looks like. All right, so here we are at the Xbox Design Labs website. You can go ahead and search for it yourself on Bing. We'll put the link in the description down below as well too, to make it easier for you folks. But essentially, you can customize almost anything that you see on here. Now, what I wanna do is pay a little bit of homage to Surface. And we've got a Surface laptop studio right here in the studio, pun intended. And we're gonna kind of find some inspiration from it. So right out of the gate, we have the Xbox controller that is just white on white on white, and we're gonna give it a little bit of splash of color. Now you have the standard options or the rubberized side grip option. So standard is pretty much what it says. It's standard. You're just gonna change the color of the front panel. Whereas the rubberized side grips, you can change the front panel color, but it's also gonna add rubberized side grips on the side of the controller. And if you've never played with side grips or rear grips, they make a huge amount of difference. The Elite controllers have it. Some of these tech controllers have it as well too. I prefer the rubberized grips to be on the back versus on the side. So this Design Labs allows me to do that. So let's go back. And we're gonna go ahead and choose just standard, but we're gonna use the ash gray color. Now, we don't have a magnesium gray color. The closest that we have is ash gray. So you're gonna have to bear with me on that. But also on the back, this is where the battery bay is. We can change that to add the rubberized grips. That does cost a little bit more, but if you do want that, that's what customization is all about. So we're gonna add rubberized back grips, and we're gonna keep the same color that's on the front. All right, so when you look at the front and back, it's gonna have pretty much the same kind of color, because if you look at the front and back of the Surface, it has the same color all around. Next up are the bumpers. The bumpers are those little buttons above the triggers. Okay, so with the bumpers, we are going to actually choose ash gray again. Now, you can choose whatever you want. You can go big and have a huge pop with red, or if you'd like, or choose this mineral blue. Actually, that's kind of cool, because we did have a mineral blue kind of Surface touch cover before, didn't we? Didn't we? I don't know who I'm talking to. In rehearsal, I never chose mineral blue until now, so I'm kind of excited. We'll see how it goes. Next up, though, are going to be the triggers. These are going to be the things that where you pull to shoot people, or you open doors with, or what have you, depending on what kind of game that you're playing. You do have the ability to just, once again, change the color. Or if you want to be fancy, you can, for an extra $3.99 USD, you can change it to metallic. So here is metallic pink, because why not? Now, we're not going to choose metallic pink for this controller. We are, however, going to choose the metallic pewter silver. Now, the D-pad, that's your cross on your controller. Same kind of concept. We also have the ability to switch it up to metallic if we wanted to, which we do. So we're gonna change that over to, once again, pewter silver. And then with the thumbsticks, I feel like I want a tiny bit of pop with Xbox. So what we could do, I don't know if I'm gonna keep the mineral blue for the bumpers. I'll tell you that right now, because I really do wanna add velocity green to just scream Xbox surface, if you get my drift. But I don't particularly like the velocity green with that mineral blue. I like the mineral blue. Maybe for a different controller. A different controller, we can have those colors. But for this one, not so much. So let's go ahead and scroll back up to bumpers, and let's see what happens when we do velocity green with the bumpers and see what it looks like. Ooh, okay. I see what you're putting down. Now, for those keen-eyed controller collectors, if you will, you might look at this and say, but Tony, that kind of looks like an existing controller that you can just buy in retail. I think you're talking about this guy. Now, I don't particularly remember what this one is called, so I'll put it down in post right about here. Did that work? Then we're gonna go to the ABXY, and we have a bunch of different colors to choose from for that. So you have black on white, gray on black. I particularly like the gray on white, again, because we're doing an homage to the Surface. So it's somewhat understated. It's not about poof. And then you do have the option to change up the color scheme of the View Menu Share button. Some people call them the Select Start Share button. The official nomenclature is View Menu Share. And similarly, you have, black on white, gray, black on gray. Once again, we're gonna choose gray on white. We want that color scheme to match what's on the ABXY buttons. And then finally, here's where you can actually engrave something. Yeah, you can engrave up to 16 characters. It can be your gamer tag. You can put a tiny little message. For the purposes of this, we're actually gonna go ahead and call it the ExpertZone controller, because why not? In a few days, we will receive this controller in the mail, and we're gonna unbox that here on this video. So don't go anywhere, because we're gonna unbox. All right, so we were actually expecting this to arrive in 4 weeks after we made the initial order, but it only took 2 weeks, so that's really good. That's really awesome. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up. I'm excited. Oh, okay. So the outside box does definitely have a unique kind of, it's gonna be fine. The outside box does have a unique kind of air to a unique kind of feel to it that you're not gonna get out of your standard retail boxes, but it does still have some standard retail practices, including letting you know what kind of device this controller will work with, and it tells you what's inside, including 2 AA batteries. So just like a retail box, you're gonna get batteries included with your Design Labs controller. Are there any other Easter eggs on this thing? I don't think so. But it says right here, made with Xbox Design Labs. That's awesome. We did it. You and me, we did it together. Kind of. You should feel included. Thank you. Oh my God. All right, so if you folks remember, we wanted the controller to have an homage, have a little tilt of the hat to Xbox, but as well as Surface, because we love the Surface device here at the studios. And this definitely screams out Xbox and Surface. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Xbox Surface controller. The Surface Xbox controller. What are we calling this? We're gonna go ahead and call this Tony's work controller, because I'm not good at coming up with names right now. It just screams out Xbox and Surface. I mean, right out of the gate, you've got the double analog sticks that have that Xbox green, just like the bumpers do. You also have that reflective, pseudo-reflective, metallic D-pad to kind of remind you about the reflected surfaces of the Surface when it comes to the Microsoft logo on the backside of the surfaces, just like we have here. Look at that. Look at that. Look how reflective that Microsoft logo is. Yeah? And then of course, this is a latest gen controller, so you're gonna get the new share button, but you still have some of the original connections, like a 3.5mm headphone jack, a connection for some of the other headphones, but also some like the chat pads and some of the other controllers that are out there in the market in the third-party world. But oh, I completely forgot, there's grip. I asked for grip. Well, I mean, I paid for grip, but I got grip. I totally forgot I got grip. Grip makes all the difference. I already explained it to you. I'm just gonna tell you once again, just iterate once again. Grip makes all the difference. I love the grip. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, I'm gonna shoot so many people digitally in games. Seriously though, when it comes to a standard controller that you would get from a store and the Design Labs controller that you get and you have to wait a few weeks to get, it is so worth it. The parameters that it meets that you expect out of an Xbox controller, this hits all of them. So I'm just super impressed. I'm super happy with it. And best believe, when we do our streaming here on YouTube and over on Twitch, I'm gonna be using this for those streams, because why not? I mean, it says right there, ExpertZone. This is an ExpertZone controller. So I'm going to use it on Easy Encore and the ExpertZone YouTube channel. And so make sure you are following and subscribing here on YouTube, and you follow us over there on Twitch so you can see me do that with this controller. But if there are any other questions around the Design Labs, the controllers, or anything else that comes in the box, like I said, 2 batteries, let us know in the comment section down below. Links, as always, can be found in the description below. And our presence isn't just here on YouTube and on Twitch. We're also found on all the major social media platforms, including TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So all those links are in the social area down there below. But if you are interested in more about Microsoft services and products and you sell those in a retail environment, make sure you check out our website, expertzone.microsoft.com. That's gonna showcase all of our current trainings that covers pretty much everything under the sun, including commercial businesses that Microsoft helps handle. And we'd love to have you over there. Sign up, and sometimes you can actually win some things too. So until the next time, y'all have a great one and be good to yourselves and each other. Later.